So as I was performing the static stretching, I definitely felt like my quads, hamstrings, and my adductors were all of the most tight out of all the muscles I had to stretch out. I think it's because I do work out a lot. I either lift or I go to Orange Theory Fitness, and that's where there's a bunch of like circuit training. You're on a treadmill, or you're doing a little circuit on the floor, or you're at the rower. So I definitely just have tight muscles from doing that, and I definitely don't really stretch before or after I work out that much, which I know isn't the best technique I should be doing, but I'm just always in a rush with work and everything. I don't really have time to do it. And so also at work, I'm a flight trainer right now for the Vikings. So we do run around practice and I'm on my feet like all day, every day. So I'm definitely just tight just from being at work alone. So just work in addition to working out definitely makes my muscles super tight. So those are definitely the tightest out of all the muscles I had to stretch out. And then when I was foam rolling, these were also the areas that I felt like were tightest, going over, especially my adductors, going over my adductors. It was pretty painful in a way. I couldn't go as hard as I did for all the other muscles. So just going over that, that's where I felt the most tender. And it was definitely the hardest row, just based off of pain and comfort. And then for the squats, when I did the before squats, the first 10 overhead squats, I definitely felt like my range of motion was very limited as far as how wide I could get my knees so that my knees don't go into that valgus moment. Just trying to get them out. It was definitely hard. It's because I felt like my adductors were tight, my hamstrings were tight, so it was very limited in how far my knees could go out and also how low I could go, especially with my quads and my hamstrings being tight. Just being able to get low and get that range of motion low was definitely very difficult. And then after doing the foam rolling and the stretching, it was definitely a lot easier. I got a lot more range. It was easier to just get down to my squat. I could hold it there. If I wanted to, I didn't, but if I wanted to, I could. And then as far as the different sides, on the side where I foam rolled and stretched out, I definitely felt a lot better just being able to stretch after foam rolling. I just felt like my muscles were a lot looser. I was able to get more range. I could kind of just go off and do whatever I wanted. And then the side that I just static stretched. Yeah, the side that I just did, or the side I just did the foam rolling on. I mean, my muscles were still pretty loose, but not as loose as the other side, if that makes any sense. It could have been a lot looser, could have more range, and I did feel a little tight on that side a little bit. Not nearly as bad as before a foam roll, but it still has some tightness to it and some sort of restriction.